What is up, guys? Welcome back in to Lot 59 and happy Masters Week to all who celebrate. And so many of you are going to be watching the Masters this week. And as I like to tell all my students, when we watch golf on TV and we're watching the best players in the world, it's great for entertainment. It's exciting to watch a dramatic finish. But let's also try to learn something, because ultimately, when we go out to the golf course, we're all trying to play our best golf. And so today's going to be a little bit of a break from normal drills, and we're going to get into a little bit about what the best players in the world do when it comes to their fundamentals. And so what I'm going to hold up for you here is something that you're going to see every player, or almost every player, at some point on a range or somewhere this weekend hold up, and that is their alignment sticks, okay? And why are alignment sticks important? Well, because I don't care how good we are, I don't care how much we practice, our alignment, our ball position are two of our most critical things when it comes to the swing. And so what I'm going to do here is, if I'm setting up to hit towards the target this way, I'm going to put two alignment sticks down. I'm going to put one down to check my ball position, and I'm going to put the other one down on a crisscross here to check my alignment. And so I make this little T, and when any of you guys can do this, you take two alignment sticks or two golf clubs, go to a range, and as you set up here, okay, you want to check your ball position, where it is in your stance, and then also checking that your feet, shoulders, hips, everything's aligned. So if you take a look this way, right, we want to see that our shoulders are going down this white line here, hips, feet, everything. We don't want to get one thing closed, the other thing open, or vice versa. Now, why is ball position so important? Let's think about this just a little bit conceptually here from a physics perspective, okay? So I got a pitching wedge in my hand. Now, as we take the club back, okay, the further it gets in our backswing, the club is up, okay? Now, as we come back down towards the ball, obviously we're going into our down swing, go towards the ball, we make contact, and then we go and follow back through. So now just conceptually here, okay, as the club is going down, okay, it's going into the back of the ball, down, and then it comes back up. So the further back in our stance we have it, the more we're going to catch the ball on our downward descent. That's going to increase the steepness of our swing, and that's going to create a negative attack angle, okay? The further up in our stance we have it, that's going to shallow out our angle of attack. So when we think about a driver versus a pitching wedge, okay, driver, for the most part, you know, we're trying to, most tour players are going to hit slightly up on the ball or maybe slightly down. But for the most part, a lot of guys' attack angles is sometimes even well into the positive, 2-3 degrees. Okay, so the further up we have it in our stance, the more time we have to deliver the club on the upward angle of attack. What I see a lot of amateur golfers do is, as they get the ball too far back in their stance, okay, they might be making a good swing if the ball was out here, but because it's too far back, okay, now they're catching it on the way down. Here's what also happens. When we come this way, notice the club face is open. It doesn't have enough time to square up. So now what I have to do is I have to compensate and fall back. That's why a lot of golfers tend to flip the ball left, or they tend to slice the ball out to the right. So in order to get, sometimes not even changing our swing, but just changing our ball position forward, is going to allow us to have more time to square up the club face and naturally have the proper sequencing. As we go back to a pitching wedge, okay, get rid of our tee here. And now with a pitching wedge, I'm going to want to keep it more neutral in my stance. At the same time, I get too far back, that's going to get too steep. But if I get too far forward with the wedge, okay, now I'm going to be coming in too shallow. Pitching wedge, we want to be hitting back on the back of the ball, getting a little bit more of a steep attack angle, get the ball up into the air. A driver, more of a sweeping motion, keep the ball forward. So double check your ball position, really fall in love with using your alignment sticks. Pay attention as you watch Live From, as you watch the Golf Channel, as you watch the coverage of the Masters this week. You're going to see the best players in the world constantly checking their setup, their alignment, and their ball position. This is a great way for you to have accountability from taking things from the lesson tee out onto the golf course and hopefully lower your scores. Thanks, and come see me at Lot 59.